Hey Feel Good gang, thanks for joining me again for another Take 20 to Feel Good little sequence of Okido yoga and Qigong. We're going to do some nice classical yoga poses to build strength into the lower body, building that strength into the legs, drawing it up from the earth into the hara, our sea of vitality, powerhouse of strength here. And then we're going to mix it up with some Qigong moves which are going to help loosen off the spine, loosen off the shoulders, the hips, predominantly wringing out any turbid, stuck chi that's in there and making space for some lots of fresh chi that we can then build up, bringing lots of vitality and strength to the whole body, calming the mind as well. Perfect way to build a healthy body and a peaceful spirit. So let's get started. Feet just wider than hip width apart. I'm using a yoga mat, but if you haven't got one, doesn't matter, just make sure you're on a non-slip surface. So let's start with a beautiful Qigong move called knocking on the door of life. With our loose fists, we're just going to be knocking as we twist on the lower back. So I'm just letting my hands find a natural space there on the lower back to land. And just letting the whole of the upper body move in line with the twisting from the midline, from the belly. So knees nice and soft. And we're doing these purging exercises to start with, so it'd be good to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth perhaps, if that feels good. Helps us just clear any stagnation, cool the body, and then we'll go into a more building breath later on when we get into the other exercises. Let's take this a bit higher up now. We're going to tap onto a lung meridian point here, just underneath the collarbone, so not tapping on the bone, just on that nice soft spot, just in between the sternum and the collarbone there. And the back hand's still just tapping on the lower back. That's it. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And maybe even letting the eyes follow the line of movement. So we don't often look around so much these days. We tend to be very focused on the head vision. So let the eyes move around. Great to bring lots of fresh energy to the eyes. And then we're going to come a little bit higher now, tapping onto the top of the shoulder. Another pressure point here, gallbladder point, great for clearing energy from head, neck and shoulders. Draws energy down into the body from the head, so helps us feel more clear, focused, and also takes away any tightness through the neck, head, jaw, shoulders. Let's take it back to the lung points, building up the strength in the lungs, increasing immunity. And back down to the lower back, the door of life. This point here on the spine, in the lower back. Slowing that down now. Great exercise to do anywhere. And release. We're going to take it into a bigger twist now. So I want you to take that right hand into the lower back. I'll turn around just to show you. So once the left hand's here, we want to be nice and soft through the knees. Just let the tailbone naturally drop down. We're going to take the right hand across, and then on the in-breath, we come all the way. So it's shoulder height, pushing down through the palm and the thumb as we twist. So I'm really opening up the shoulder blade behind me there and breathing out in the twist. So again, a purging exercise, clearing any tightness, any stagnation. Breathing in as we come forward. Let that hand twist, spiral around so it comes to head height. And then we're bringing the little finger towards us and nice and open through the palm like we're trying to carry a cup of tea on a saucer. Again, wring it out with the breath, breathing out. And then breathing in, palm facing to the ground and letting that energy drop down through the body. Let's take it the other way now. So breathing in and breathing out as we push away through the thumb. Check that the shoulders drop down nice and soft. Breathe it in as we bring the hand into a spiral and the palm comes flat, little finger comes towards us, opposite direction. That's it. Breathing in and breathing out. Switch it over, other side. So coming back with the right hand. Pushing away, so great twist. Take the twist as deep as we like, make sure we're nice and soft through the knees. Wring it out with the breath. And then breathing in, hand spirals. Little finger comes towards us. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. And out. So that's a clearing through the spine, bringing any tightness that comes to the surface, letting that dissipate. Big breath in. And then breath out as we twist. Breathe it in. And out. Breathe it in. Palm to the ground. And out. And release. Water waves here to let any tightness, anything that's come to the surface, let's just let that release. So visualizing ourselves in a beautiful body of water, beautiful bluey green lake. And we can feel the water sifting between the fingers. Just taking anything that's been troubling us perhaps, or any part of the body that feels tight, and just letting it ripple off into the water. Clearing the mind, making space in the body, ready for some fresh new chi that we're going to build up. And bringing that to a stillness. So that was some twisting. Now we're going to do some flexion and extension through the spine. So we're going to go into a beautiful yang pose as we bring the hands all the way up, palms open to the sky, the universe, bringing in lots of fresh chi. And we breathe it in here, lift it up, feel length through the spine, shoulders are dropped, jaw relaxed. And then on the out breath, we bring the elbows in towards the ribs. And we keep breathing out as we make a tiny little ball, the yin side of this movement. Find peace and stillness as we take the breath out. And then a natural in-breath will come, gather in the chi, let it pour in to the body. And breath out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And again. So letting the breath guide the movement. You might be going a little bit faster or slower. Tucking in, pulling in through the belly, stomach to spine here, and that'll help us open up that lower spine. So we want to make space, feel as if you're lifting out of the hips. And then here in this curl, make space again, especially through the lower back and through between the shoulder blades, all the way back up to the top. And pressing wide. Beautiful. Shake it out. Another great move now, we're going to do a lateral move. So this is a movement that the spine doesn't very often do in modern life. So again, feet just under the hips where you feel comfortable, nice and relaxed. And we're going to do a slithering snake move. So let's start with the shoulders. So just get the shoulders rolling up and back. that movement through the whole of the shoulder blade. That's it, just a natural breath, remembering the purging exercise, so you might want to keep breathing out through the mouth every now and then, whenever any tightness comes to the surface. And then we're going to gradually increase this movement and start bringing in a deeper lateral movement through the spine. So feeling that sort of snake-like action through the spine. Checking that the feet are nice and open to the earth. So soft through the toes. That's it, really get this side movement going now and enjoy it. And release, bringing that to a stillness. Whew. So we've done some twists, we've done some flexion extension, we've done some lateral movements. So we've really got the spine warmed up. Wrung out any tension, any stagnant chi. Let's shake the body. Shaking's so good to release tension, tightness. It travels through the fascia of the body, all the soft tissue as well. So just sends a message to all that soft tissue to just let go and release. And we're going to slow that down now. Feet underneath the hips into a nice standing pose. So toes nice and relaxed. Balance through both feet. We're going to open up the arms a little so we can get some movement of chi. You can almost sense this energy field around us here. And just feel the effects of those purging exercises, particularly. You might feel it very much through the upper body, arms, chest. See if you can sense it into the legs as well. And if we're feeling a little bit more connected here, is the breath a little bit more connected to the belly? The mind a little bit calmer. Connecting with the breath. So we're going to go into some building exercises now. So now bringing the breath more to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Building up the chi. So we're going to bring the legs about a leg length wide. And again, we're going to let the tailbone just naturally drop down to the earth as we open the knees, making sure that they're going in line with the toes. Hands to the thighs. And we're going to just take movement side to side here. So this is where we need to check that our stance is wide enough. So if we're only doing a little movement, the feet don't need to be that far apart. But if the movement starts to get a little bit grander, as we want to get into a bit more of a stretch, we want to make sure that that knee is going in line with the toe and never going past the toes. It's always stopping. So make the stance as wide as necessary. Let the shoulders release and really get into this movement. Start to feel the hips spiraling a little, like as if we're creating a bit of a figure 8 with the hips as we go side to side. Now once the hips have got into a movement, we're going to let the spine join in. So another lateral move here. You can see that sort of opening, that slithering snake action again. This one is actually called moves like water. So we can feel that wave-like action through the body. So hips first, then the spine, the torso, and then eventually the head joins in. Really enjoying this movement. Building up the chi into the spine. And building strength into the legs. Slowing it down, bringing it back some nice strong poses here for the legs. So again, taking the movement as deep as you like. We're going to take the left foot to face the top of the mat there towards the left. Right foot is going to come in about a 45-degree angle. And the gap between the feet again needs to be so that when we bend this front knee, we've got the knee right over the ankle there. We're going to bring the hands up, shoulder height, nice and rested. So we're not overstretching, just soft, feeling as if we're perhaps balancing our hands on two beautiful bouncing balls, or again in a body of water perhaps. You can feel your hands resting on the water's edge. Lifting up through the spine, feeling pulled up through the centre of the head, through the crown of the head, and again the tail just naturally dropping down. So warrior pose. We're going to use this pose to do some beautiful flows to build the strength into the legs and then draw that up into the torso. We're going to start nice and gently and then build it up depending on how far you want to go with this. So we're going to bring the hand to the thigh, and then this right hand's going to come up, and we're going to create a nice long line. So from that back right foot all the way up to the tip of the finger here. Breathe it in, and on the out breath, in the movement, right hand to the thigh, left hand comes up, and we create a stretch from this side now. Still keep that bend in the front knee if we can, opening up all through the front of the body now. Breathe it in, breathe it out, get the flow going. So use the breath to guide the movement. Breathe it in, and breathe it out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Bring that elbow down if we want to. And we can take the gaze up to the sky if that's feeling good. And keep that strength through the front leg, making sure that the knee's not collapsing in. Keep the strength in the inner thigh. That's it. Fantastic. Well done. Pushing through the back right foot as well. So beautiful long stretch. And breathe it out. Breathe it in at the top of the stretch. Breathe it out. And breathing in. And breathing out. Let's hold it up here. Breathe it in. And breathing out. Bring that left hand to the hip crease. Feet are going to come to face the front, just a little bit of an angle through the toes. We're going to go into a forward fold. So you might want to support yourself on the thighs, zip up through the belly, so bringing the stomach to the spine to support the lower back. Nice straight spine. Coming all the way forward, leading with the crown of the head. No locking out through the knees, but bring some strength to the leg muscles by sort of pulling up through the muscles. Now you might want to just hold wherever feels comfortable, or if you want to come all the way down to the floor, gradually letting the spine relax. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that's fine. Shaking out the neck, shaking out the shoulders. So a fabulous inversion here. We're making more space in the spine. And even if we're here, or maybe even holding onto a chair, we can still visualize that length through the spine. Release the toes. No tension in the jaw. And then we're going to come up. So take a bend through the knees. Make sure that the lower belly is pulled to the spine, chin to the chest. Roll it all the way up to the top. Big breath in. Gather the chi. Straighten up through the legs. And on the out breath, pushing wide. Fantastic. Holding the hands here, let's go to the opposite side. So right foot's going to go to the front of the mat. Back foot turned in slightly. Taking that bend, making sure the knees following the line of the toes. Soft through the arms. Tailbone just relaxed down to the earth so that we can pull up through the front of the body. Feel lifted through the crown of the head. Just checking in that the arms are nice and soft and yet strong. building up the chi into the body. Let's go into that flow. Starting nice and steady. Taking the movement as big or as little as you like. Really enjoy this movement of nice flowing action where we can sense the energy coming up through the feet into the lower belly, and that beautiful opening through the lungs so we can bring in lots of fresh chi, air chi. Breathe it in, stretch it up, breathing out on the movement and breathing it in at the top of the stretch. Let's do one more stretch here. Take it all the way back up to the top, checking in that that leg's still nice and positioned, and release. Feet coming together. Let's walk all the way back, feet underneath the hips. Loose fists again, let's tap into that spine. So I'm just tapping either side of the spine here. As high as I can get, just loose fists. Lightly over the kidneys, and then nice and robust over the hips. Let's do a clearing down the legs. We've done lots of nice strong postures there. So we're going to tap all the way down the yang of the leg, that's the outside and the back of the leg. So using soft fists to tap all the way down. Following the line, the flow of energy, all the way over to the big toe. And then we're going to work our way all the way up the front and the inside, the yin. All the way up the top. Till we get to the groins. Again, lymphatic area here, so good for the immunity to clear this area. And also helps us bring that chi up through the legs into the hara. And then hold in here, hands onto the groins, feet underneath the hips, open to the earth. Roll the shoulders back, soften through the knees. Feeling that energy circulating through the body, feeling the effects of our practice. I'm going to finish off here with a beautiful building energy exercise that helps us draw that energy up through the legs that we've created through those strong postures, and again brings it through the spine, through the central channels, energy channels of the body, helps us build strength to the spine and clear out any stagnation, giving us strength, clarity. So, taking a nice big breath in, soften through the knees. We're going to bring the hands together with the palms facing out, so the backs of the hands together, and we draw that energy all the way up the body on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, press away through the palms, soft through the knees, we sink down, and then take a breath in again as we draw that energy up. So visualize us drawing it up. The hands come to the top and spiral out. So we gather up that strength, earth energy and strength we've created through the legs. Breathe it in and breath out. If you've got any areas, parts of the spine that do cause a little discomfort, you can perhaps focus on that area and feel as if we're drawing the chi through that area. So feel as if you're pulling that energy up, clearing any blockage, any stagnation. And drawing up fresh, vibrant chi. mind, clearing and energizing. And on the breath out, we're going to bring one hand on top of the other, onto Hara, lower belly, and settle into beautiful standing meditation. Just consolidating all that energy that we've created here in our practice. Bringing the breath into the belly. Feeling that sensation of Qi moving through the body. Feeling strong, vibrant, connected and supported by the earth underneath. And lifted and guided from the energy from the cosmos. And deep within ourselves, that sensation of peace, tranquility. And knowing that all we need, we have within. Just finding that space, peace and quiet to receive. Let's release and close our practice with the Gasho. Till next time, feel good gang. Have a great day.